Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and this is the Corsair Dark Core RGB SE wireless gaming mouse and MM1000 Qi wireless charging mousepad. This is an unboxing video and review to show you what you get in the box and to talk about why this is quite possibly the best wireless gaming experience I've had and why. Now, together these represent quite an expensive purchase, but even on its own, the Dark Core SE provides some pretty special gaming experience, specs, features, and joy. Now, this is a 16,000 DPI wireless gaming mouse that is capable of 24 hours of use on a single charge. It also runs low latency Bluetooth or 2.4 gigahertz wireless, which is the standard connection, or it can be used wired, so there's a variety of options there. It also has a swappable side grip on the right hand side and a textured design, which you'll see in a bit, which basically means it fits really nicely in the hand and ensures that your thumb and fingers are out of the way while you're gaming. It is, as a result, one of the most comfortable mice I have had the fortune of using. I've previously thoroughly enjoyed the Kone Amo, which is a lot cheaper and great for large hands, and I also really like the Corsair Glaive mouse for similar reasons, in that it has a nice thumb rest and a comfortable design, but this one really knocks those other ones out of the arena entirely because it's a fantastic little mouse. Quick note, I said that it comes with a cable. It comes with a 1.8 metre braided USB cable, which you'll see in the box in a minute. That gives you the option to obviously switch between wired and wireless on the fly as you choose. Also means if you want to, you can plug it in if the battery's running low. There are other options though, because this is a Qi certified mouse, so it is basically capable of charging it on any Qi wireless charging mat that you might happen to have around the house, whether you use one for your phone or not. You can see the braided cable in the top there. That is the wireless dongle that plugs into your computer. That allows for an instant and easy connection, which is fantastically easy to use, and I'll show you in a bit how you turn that on and off. It connects automatically as well, but it also has Bluetooth built in, which means that you can take this mouse with you and use it on a laptop or something. Now, here's some peeling goodness for you. And you can see a multitude of buttons and some more peel. We all enjoy a bit of that. Now you'll see underneath there are two buttons. One to turn the mouse on and off, so you can turn it off when it's not in use to save battery. And one that switches between the 2.4 gigahertz wireless and the Bluetooth. So you can switch it onto Bluetooth and then pair it with a laptop, which I've done actually using the Razer Blade that I'm currently testing. And switch it back to Wi-Fi wireless to use with your standard desktop or whatever computer you've got the dongle plugged into. You'll see here this is the extra grip which works on the other side. So you have this. You can have an option of a smooth sided grip, or you can have a rest. So it means basically you've got a thumb rest and a finger rest, which I really like. That it magnetically clips on and results in a very comfortable design that isn't too garish. You'll also note there are a multitude of buttons on here, and here it is compared with the Glaive, so you can see the design differences. And that Glaive has a nice big thumb rest, but this one is just as good. Now, the multitude of buttons on the side, we have a DPI up and down button and a couple of thumb buttons. There is also a large button in the middle there, which allows you to set to sniper mode. So you see on the top left, near the left mouse button, there are the DPI up and down buttons. There is also the sniper mode, which basically means you can switch between three standard modes of DPI, which is shown by that indicator, so you can see it's on the bottom one currently. Or you can then press that sniper mode button, which is a bit further in. So there you go, switching it up and down between the DPI modes, and you can see the lights change. Sniper mode engages a different one. Now you can customize all of these in the IQ software. But basically, as a default, you press that and it sets it to 400 DPI, which is like super low. Obviously, you can choose even lower. And that's for a really accurate sniping mode, which allows you to take aim carefully. And then you can just release that. So you have to press and hold to switch on that mode, and then you release it to get back to your standard default. So it allows you to go in and out of a DPI settings with ease. Here's a closer look at the power buttons as well. And you can see from this that there are multiple lighting zones. You have the logo, and either side at the back there are 2 lighting zones. There's also a lighting around that thumb button and a lighting on the mouse wheel. Each of those is customizable, and you can even customize the color of the DPI lights on the side as well. So you have a lot of flexibility in terms of color. Within the IQ software, you can switch between color shift, static color, rainbow, and breathing, I believe. One thing I did note is that you cannot get it to do the lighting sync with other devices where it will do rainbow across from the keyboard onto the mouse for some reason. I've seen it on other ones where you can do that, but you can do instant lighting. So for example, it's not on the desk in this video, but I have a K95 Platinum as my standard keyboard, and I like to set everything to blue, so the keyboard will be blue, the mouse will be blue, and all the lights on my computer will be blue, and it looks really fantastic. Now a bit on the MM1000. This is an accompanying, not essential, but highly recommended mouse mat, which offers a large amount of space for your gaming goodness. It makes for a comfortable design. Now note it doesn't have the RGB lighting that the Razer Hyperflux does, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It offers a very comfortable and broad area of gameplay space. It also has a neat little circle there in the top right, which I'll discuss in a bit more depth in a bit, and a number of adapters. Now this plugs in with 2 USB cables into the back of your machine, and it has a USB pass-through in the top, which allows you to plug in other devices. Otherwise it's pretty underwhelming, at least in terms of features, but it doesn't need to be crazily over the top, and the reason is because it has Qi charging built into it. What that means is you can pop your mouse on that little circle in the top right and it will charge. It will sit there and it will gain charge. So when you're not using it and you're not gaming, you can pop it up there for a little bit of charge. Alternatively, you can obviously plug your USB cable in through the pass-through at the top and plug it in there as well. Plug it straight into the mouse when you need to have some batteries. Now these adapters are pretty interesting, and I'll show you those in a bit. But basically, that Qi charging point on the mouse pad will work with any other Qi compatible devices. So if you happen to have a smartphone that is capable of doing wireless charging via Qi, then you can just pop your phone on that little spot there while you're gaming, or while you're working, or while you're not even using the mouse pad, and then it works nicely as a charging device. So wireless charging, you don't need to bother plugging your phone in. Obviously, if you want to, you could use your phone cable and plug it in through the pass-through at the top. That's another option. Now, these adapters that are included in the box basically means that you can make any phone or device wireless charging capable by simply plugging them in. So you plug in this little dongle here, which I'll show you. Plug that into your phone. It has an adapter for both iPhone and USB-C, so standard modern Android phones, which basically means you can plug that into there, then plug it into your phone, and then you just need to put that over the circle. I'll demonstrate that in a bit, but that basically allows you to then charge your device while it's sitting on the mat. Now, in the pictures from Corsair, they have that phone sitting off the top. I found that doesn't really work too well with my phone anyway. But you can, I'm happy to report, keep your phone on the mat and still have room for gaming as well. Now you can see here, I'm just quickly demonstrating what it looks like when you put the mouse on the top right there. You have to set it in the right position, which I'll demonstrate now. Basically putting the bottom of the mouse on top of there, and it will change colour and light up to show you that you've put it in the right spot and that it's charging. You see it went from blue to white there briefly, and then it goes back to blue. But if you're not sure whether it's doing it or not, you can pan over and have a look at the left side of the mouse pad, and you'll see this little flashing green indicator in the top corner. That shows you that the Qi charging is happening. Now that will happen with any device, it doesn't necessarily need to be the mouse, but it's a reassuring little blinking light that lets you know that yes, it's charging. So here we go, here's the little dongle that's included in the box, and that simply just sits on top of there. You can see, I'm going to demonstrate plugging it into my phone. Have the little adapter there to let you do that. One thing I did find is it doesn't work if you have a case on your phone. for various reasons. But you can see a little light lights up on that, and there we go. It's getting some charge. Obviously it doesn't charge as quickly as it would if you plugged it straight into the mains, but it's a nice way to get extra charge on your phone. And you can slide it to the side like that. And I'm quite happy to report, as I said, that there's still enough room, as you can see, for quite a lot of mouse movement. So if you have a high-ish DPI set on it, you can still game quite happily without your phone getting in the way. Plenty of comfortable gaming space there. I've used it on a Friday night to actually charge my phone, so I don't have to get up and put it at the other side of the room. And again, you can see the light flashing. You get the little light on the dongle adapter thing, and you also get the light flashing on the mouse pad itself. So that's a really nice combination, and one of several reasons to buy this mouse mat as an additional extra to the Corsair Dark Core. The Dark Core itself is, as I said, fantastically comfortable. It looks fantastic. It works really well with the lighting and the customization. You can program any of those 9 buttons ever which way you want within the IQ software. So you can set macros up, you can change the buttons, you can set it to launch certain things, you can do basically whatever you want. You can also set each of the DPI levels to whatever number you want. So you could set the top one to 16,000, you could set the bottom one to 100, you could set the other one to whatever in between. You set up however you choose. You can do the same with sniper mode as well. So it allows for a full-on customization and a really flexible mouse. It is expensive, of course. You are paying a premium, but you are paying for a very good product. And this is the best mouse that I've seen and the best mouse that I've used. I really enjoyed using it. I'm a big fan, of course, their products, if you hadn't got that impression from previous videos. But this one just works really well anyway. So you can see here the lighting you can change between static color, color shift, color pulse, and rainbow. And you can change it for each of those 3 zones. It's pretty easy to do, or you can do the whole mouse. There's also the instant lighting option, as I said, to go across all devices at once. But I couldn't find the sync, which I've seen elsewhere. Well, that's a small niggle I'm not really too bothered about, because otherwise it performs really well. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you liked this video. Please like, subscribe, and come back for more in future. Thanks for watching.